Good morning, dear students. Today we are having our alumni, Mr. Monish Venkul, to give talk on Angular JavaScript. So kindly make use of the session. Monish, you can start the session, ma.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, Monish. You can share your screen.
Sharing. Are you able to see my screen?
Monish?
Are you able to see, ma'am?
Yes, yes. Yes, yes, Monish, we can see your screen.
Yeah, okay. I'm starting. I'm just thinking like. So, yeah, good morning, everyone. Many of you may know me and some of you may not. So today, before I have taken a complete seminar on what is full stack development, what are the advantages and all. So, like in this session, we will see somewhat related to AngularJS. So this session is all going to be on AngularJS. So if some of you may already have heard about AngularJS, some of you may already have done projects in AngularJS, and some of you may not even heard of it, but no problem. I will come from the basic only. The first thing before starting the seminar, I'll tell you is that in this seminar, you will get the basics of AngularJS, like what is AngularJS, why they have started this framework called AngularJS. And at the end of this session, I'll give you one project. I have developed one project for you guys using AngularJS as a front end and back end Spring Boot. I have developed a project for you. At the end of the session, I will give you that. The project looks like this. So the front end technology and back end technology of this project is very hot in industry right now, AngularJS and Spring Boot. I will give the link. You can download and you can just play with it. Just understand the code which I have written and try to implement similar projects from your side using the code. I'm giving complete rights on that. So that is what you will get from this seminar. Okay, before starting to learn about AngularJS, you have to know why actually AngularJS is discovered in the first place. Before, in years like 2003 and 2005 at that time, people used to develop applications. We have Facebook before AngularJS, we have Facebook before React.js, but still we can develop apps. If anyone comes and asks you that, can we develop applications without using AngularJS or React.js, your answer should be yes. We can develop a complete application, a high-end application without ever using AngularJS or React.js. But why we have invented this AngularJS? There's a concept called DOM. There's a concept called DOM. I don't know how many of you heard about DOM. DOM is nothing but document object model. That is, whenever you write some HTML, right? In HTML, how you write? You write like HTML, and then you write some header or title, and then we add some body, and then we close them, right? In the same, like this way. In the same way, when we write HTML in this manner, the DOM divides this HTML into smaller parts, like how we divide a project into smaller parts. In the same way, that the DOM divides that complete application, that complete HTML into smaller parts. Like the main root element will be HTML, then HTML consists of head and body, and then head consists of title, and the body consists of a, in this manner. So you are understanding, right, how this is going on. Let me give you a brief. Because without understanding DOM, you cannot understand AngularJS. That is the reason I am pushing you on DOM. DOM is the basis of why AngularJS or React.js framework is invented in the first place. We write HTML, right? In the top, the parent of everything in a web application is called a document. Please try to remember this. Document is the complete head and parent of every application. If you go to Google Chrome right now, and you click on F12, you will get some console.log. This is called console in Google Chrome. Here you can play with the JavaScript. Here, if you type document, you see everything. When I press document here, everything is getting selected at the left hand side, because document is the parent. Document is the parent of the complete HTML we have here. That is why everything is getting selected. It is the head, it is the parent of the complete application. If you want to make this complete application into red color, you just need to change this document dot get set color to red. Then everything will be changed to red color. That is how a basic DOM manipulations work. To be more concise, but till now you're understanding, right, what is a DOM and all, because you have to understand DOM before going to Angular and React. Otherwise, you will be confusing in the later stage. And the other important thing I want to show you, as since I showed you console, right? Other important thing I want to show you is window. Whenever you press window here, window, this particular syntax will have all the functions related to an application. If you press window here and you click on enter, you will get a list of functions. Cookies, my learnings, activate, else, many things you'll get. With using just this window, you can control cookies of a website. You can control passwords of a website. You can click, you can control cache of a website. You can control login, sign up, application management, everything you can control by using this one powerful syntax called window in a browser. Even you can play with it. You can open any website here. You can open, for example, HackerRank or this W3 Skills, anything. And you click on window here, you'll get a list of possible things you can play with this website. I'll not show you what you can do, but you can do a lot of things. For example, if you, when you're clicking some websites, you will get advertisements, right? By using this window option, you can also eradicate that advertisements also. Some of you may also use Chrome extensions like AdBlock. I hope some of you may use it. AdBlock also works in the same way. Whenever a website is opened, AdBlock contacts this window. It selects all the advertisement feeds and it will delete it. That is how it works. So this is all how DOM works. DOM is a subpart of complete web development, where DOM manipulates all the smaller parts of a web application. I hope you understood DOM now. If you have any doubts only regarding DOM, you can ask me right now. For a document, you have something called root in down of it, and root will have your basic root is nothing but your HTML, main HTML. Root will have your header, title, tag, these all things. It goes on like this down. I have chat. I'll come back to the chat once. I'll show one live demo. Here, if you type any web application, this is how it will be divided. Doc type, in the sense, doc type HTML, we are telling the website that this is an HTML. So see, here doc type HTML, then it will be divided into head. Head will be divided into head and body. It's just like your binary search tree. Think of DOM as your binary search tree. In this way, DOM will be, broken down into smaller pieces. Your complete web application. You can use your live DOM viewer, so that if you type any any HTML code here, it will be reflected in this. You can see live DOM view. The name is the website name. I'll share in chat. Since I opened chat once, let's see. Good morning. Yes. Hello, brother. Hello. Please share your IG ID. I don't know what is IG ID. I think you're asking my Git ID. Git in the sense, the projects which I keep. I don't know what is IG ID. Maybe you're talking about IGTV of Instagram. Or I don't know that. Please be somewhat specific. I didn't understand. Insta. Okay. I'll share in the session. I don't have IG ID. I think I'll see in the session. So using this link, you can learn about DOM. And also, please understand that without DOM, you cannot learn JavaScript, you cannot learn React.js, you cannot learn AngularJS. because in any interview you go, and if a person asks you about DOM and you simply say, I never heard of DOM, I don't know what is DOM, right away they'll think that you know nothing of JavaScript, because JavaScript is built on top of DOM, and AngularJS and React.js is also built on top of DOM. These now whatever I'm teaching you, right, these will not be available in internet. In internet I have seen many videos, but none of the person handled DOM. They directly teach you about AngularJS and React.js, but they won't tell you why you have to learn DOM for learning those things. That is why I'm bringing this topic called DOM. Please understand the DOM before getting into that. And one help actually, I don't know Node.js, it has been recognized in CMD, and if not recognized in VS Code, help me out. Yeah, okay, now when opening the project, I'll tell you this. Definitely, I'll show you how to, maybe after keeping NPM, you may not set the path in variables, environment variables. We'll check that out. So that is what DOM is. DOM is nothing but just like your binary tree, which divides your complete HTML into smaller parts, so that a developer and the complete browser can understand it. When talking about browsers, another one important topic which most of the videos tend to forget is that JavaScript engines. I don't know if any of you have known about JavaScript engines and all. This is also an important topic. Sundar Pichai has worked on this particular topic for JavaScript engines. Only because of that, he built that Google Chrome, and by using that only we can see that much powerful it had in the past few years JavaScript engines. But most of the people neglected it. Sundar Pichai caught eye on it, and he worked on JavaScript engines. So JavaScript engines is nothing but you use Google Chrome, right? You use Chrome, Google Chrome. You use Edge, Microsoft Edge, and you use something called Firefox, Mozilla Firefox. You use these browsers, but have you ever thought of how these browsers work, and how these browsers understand your HTML code or your JavaScript code? For example, a Facebook is writing some Facebook code. He's writing some functions in his application. He will send that application to your Chrome browser so that you can use Facebook. How Chrome is understanding it, how Chrome is compiling it. So Chrome has some engine called V8 engine, which is developed by Sundar Pichai only. He developed this V8 engine, he advanced it. So using this V8 itself, Chrome will understand and compile whatever the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript is coming to our browser. In the same way, Microsoft Edge has its own JavaScript engine called Chakra Core. Chakra Core. These are the things which you have to know before becoming a full stack developer, because you don't know in which environment you will work on. After developing your application, you have to check whether it works properly with V8 engine, Chakra Core. And for Firefox, the name is somewhat funny. It is SpiderMonkey. It is SpiderMonkey. The JavaScript engine is SpiderMonkey. So these are the three main JavaScript engines that are used by popular browsers to compile our HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Now, this is what the story till now. Till now, before getting into AngularJS and React.js, this is the story. So we can develop applications using this, and Chakra Core, V8, SpiderMonkey will able to compile it. But why there is need to develop frameworks called AngularJS and React.js? So the problem is, think of any website here. For example, if I take this website only, before AngularJS and React.js, what happened to, if I click on CSS button here, this complete page would have been refreshed. I think even this website guys also didn't use proper React.js or AngularJS, because when I'm clicking on it, here it is refreshing. Actually, it should not happen, because if a refresh option takes place, your MB or speed also increases with it. If you are building a top higher complexity web applications, it becomes a big problem to you. See, this is a simple website. This is only text-based website, so it's not a problem here. When I'm clicking anything, the complete page is refreshing. It should not happen actually. So when you're using AngularJS or React.js, whenever you press anything, only the down part refreshes, but not the complete page. To tell you what I'm saying, let me show you a small demo which I've created. Where is that HTML? Okay, this is the one. I've created a small backend generator for you guys. So here you see two buttons, right? Green color and red color. Look what happens when I change the color. You keep an eye on this refresh button also. Whenever I'm changing anything, this won't change. This complete website, this complete page I have created only using DOM. I have not used AngularJS or React.js, only using DOM, DOM. Only DOM I have created this. Now check what happens. If I change red to black, this color is changing right now and then dynamically. Dynamically it is changing. See, whenever I move the mouse, with my mouse itself, the color is changing. So per second, it is taking a lot of changes in the website, but still the refresh is not going on because this is DOM. DOM never changes the complete website. So that is the power of DOM. If I'm not using DOM here, what happens, whenever I move my mouse from here to here, there will be a refresh. If I move my mouse from here to here, there will be a refresh. If I move my mouse here to here, there will be a refresh. So in that way it takes place. But here it is changing dynamically, and still it is not changing. It's not doing a complete refresh. So this is how I made it with DOM. If you want to see the code, HTML is here. It is normal HTML only, but JavaScript I'll show you. Again, I'm telling all this because this is not actually directly related to AngularJS, but I'm teaching you all this because no one outside this seminar or no one in any videos, I have never seen people talking about DOM for AngularJS. And if you directly go to YouTube and Udemy and learn about AngularJS, you may not learn this. That's why I'm talking more about DOM. Now, after this, we'll move to AngularJS directly. So this is the small code I have written using DOM, which helps us to change the things dynamically. You don't now, if you don't understand this also what I'm doing, you don't panic. I told you, right? Document is the parent. Anything you want to change in the web application, you can change it with the document itself. So that is how we use DOM. If you understand DOM, it is enough. You don't need to code right now. But please try to understand DOM. I think in Satyabama also, in our Satyabama website, DOM is included. I have seen the curriculum. You will come to know DOM in your college days itself. Okay, next we'll move on to AngularJS. Sir, then for Opera, what is Java engine? It's not Java engine, JavaScript engine, but for Opera, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Maybe even I have to search in internet. I only remember these three because my project and I myself work on these three browsers. We don't work on Opera, so I don't know about Opera. Okay, next thing is AngularJS, right? So AngularJS. Now we are coming into AngularJS. To work on AngularJS and to start working on AngularJS, you need something. You need three things. You need total three things. Let me show you what are the three things. The first most important software you need for AngularJS is Node.js. One person asked me, right, about Node.js. This is the Node.js. You can just go to Node.js website and you can click on download and it will be downloaded and you can install it. The first important thing is Node.js, and after that you need Angular CLI. Some people may know this, some people may not know. You need something called Angular CLI. You can directly install Angular using this command, or you can go to CLI website and read documentation also. But this command is enough. I'll copy this command for you. I'll put it in the chat box. So this command is enough for you to install Angular in your website, in your computer, sorry. This command is enough. After installing Node.js only, this will work. Before installing this, it won't work. Be careful with that. After installing Node.js, what you have to do, you go to CMD and here type npm. Here you are getting some things like where command is and all. It means npm is installed. npm is installed in your computer. You can also use npm -- version for getting the version also, but just click npm, and if anything comes like this, npm is installed in your computer, and you can just go copy this link, copy this command and paste it here. Since I have already installed, I'm not pressing enter, but you can just copy it here and press enter. And one guy asked me whether it's not working in Visual Studio Code. I'll open Visual Studio Code right now and I'll show you. After having Node.js, after having Angular CA, you need to have some software called Visual Studio Code. Visual Studio Code is helpful for building front-end applications. Even if you're building a full stack application, there will be front-end, right? For the front-end, we use Visual Studio Code. You may go for any editor, but I will still argue with you that Visual Studio Code is the best editor outside there, which is also for free. And it is completely updating for every 10 days and 15 days. It is an awesome editor I have ever seen for front-end application development. So after downloading Visual Studio Code, you can just open it. So this is what Visual Studio Code looks like. Maybe your Visual Studio Code is different from mine. I have used a small extensions of themes. Maybe it is somewhat different, but it is same. This is how Visual Studio Code looks like. Here all your files will be there. You can just use it normally as your normal Eclipse and all. Someone asked me about a terminal, right? So you'll open your terminal here. Now I'm using PowerShell here. Or else you can also change your default terminal. There will be settings somewhere. Wait, I'll show you. There will be preferences. In preferences settings. In settings, you can search for your terminal and you can suit your best terminal here. You can also use your Git terminal or your PowerShell terminal or your CMD anywhere. So here I can change which terminal to change. I can change integrated one or external one. For now, if you are facing any problem, you can just change from this integrated to external. External in the sense, external CMD will be coming out. But if you are still wanted to have an integrated CMD and if you want to use NPM, just type NPM here. And if for you really here NPM is not working, you need to go to environment variables. I think you already know about environment variables. You NPM would be somewhere installed in your computer, right? You need to go to that location. You need to copy that location. And here there's something called path. In path, you have to paste your NPM location where it is. Only then your NPM will be recognized by this CMD. See here I have NPM, right? See, I couldn't zoom this, but it is saying like C users MV1. MV1 is my computer name, app data, roaming, and NPM. This is the place where I have installed my node packages. You need to search where you have installed your node packages and copy it and click on new here. And you can paste it here and click on OK. Then I guarantee you it will work. If you have done everything what I told right now, for sure it will work for you. Once you try, it will surely work for you. So that is how we will keep a path in an environment variable, and that will be recognized inside CMD. So I have talked about the required softwares, right? We have spoken about Node.js, Angular CLI, Visual Studio Code. I'll keep it in chat also, so we will not forget. Node.js, Angular CLI, and Visual Studio Code. For the front end, you will use Visual Studio Code, and for the back end, based on the programming language you choose, it differs. For example, I have chosen Java, Spring Boot. You can use either Eclipse or IntelliJ. I am using IntelliJ. I am already running small application here. That is, I want to show you one project, right? In the end, that project is being run in the back end here. That is why this console is running. This is what IntelliJ looks like. I used it to use Eclipse, but I've changed it to IntelliJ recently. I think IntelliJ suits me. That's why I changed it to IntelliJ, but you can use Eclipse also for Java and PyCharm or anything for Python code. So these are the tools which you require for starting your AngularJS journey. And the next thing is, actually, after installing this Node.js Angular CLI, how you will create your first project. If you have already done this along with me while doing this session, you can just open your CMD anywhere you go in your file system and open click CMD here. Here, how I'm doing, do it like that. Here, just click on it and type CMD. A CMD will be opened in this folder. You see, C user Samsung desktop seminar. Or else, if you don't want to do this, you can just click on Shift and right click. After clicking on right click, since this is Windows 11 I'm using, I need to click on this, but for you directly this will come. Here, click on PowerShell or open PowerShell Windows here. For you, PowerShell 7 won't come. This is an external software I have installed just 5 days back. Open PowerShell window here. You can this will be coming to you. You open this. After opening it, a CMD will be opened under this name, under the location of where you have opened. Here, just give this command, what I'm giving, ng new and the file name like this. I'll give this website link also. It will be helpful for you. Oh, I have sent only one. Okay. Okay, right. Bro, at the end, can you just give a complete roadmap for a beginner, where to start, what to do, and all? There's so much to learn, but there should be a sequence to learn everything. Okay, sure then. At the end, I will try to give you a complete roadmap from where to start and where to move. Are you asking a roadmap for a complete web develop? I mean, complete full stack or only Angular? Only Angular JS. I didn't get that. Please message me here whether you're asking me about a complete full stack, right? Okay, I'll give you a complete roadmap. Bro, once explain Node.js. Node.js is nothing. I'll give this roadmap. I don't know who asked it, but I'll definitely give that. To explain about Node.js, Node.js is a thing which is invented long before anything. This at that time, Node.js is used for automating tasks for JavaScript. Before Node.js, we used to type everything in Node.js, but after Node.js came into play, everything became somewhat easy. Node.js is nothing like I know how to say about Node.js. For example, you think JavaScript is your ice cream. Node.js is the cone which is handling that ice cream. We use a cone, right, for cone ice cream. The cone is the base of Node.js. Without Node.js and the packages of Node.js, the complete ice cream will melt right away or it will fall to the ground. Because of only Node.js, it is able to withhold the JavaScript. Node.js is nothing but it contains all the packages. To be in a smaller, to tell you in a smaller way, Node.js contains all the packages of JavaScript. I'll show you a website called NPM. NPM is nothing but Node.js only. Node Package Manager. The full form is Node Package Manager. NPM and Node.js are one and the same thing. Some people think they both are completely different. They're similar only. For example, if you want a sign-in page, for suppose you want a sign-in page, just click on sign-in. Can you see a lot of sign-in add-ons, sign-in projects, everything will be coming to you. What it does is developers like you and me will go to Node NPM and they will upload their code. They'll upload their packages for others to use. For example, if I want a sign-up code, I can just click on here, sign up. And some developer or some people somewhere in the world would have already made a sign-up page, a sign-up package. See, someone here already created a sign-up package. So I just need to copy these commands and paste inside my project, and sign-up page will work for me. Even I no need to write this code also. This code will be there in the package. For example, you're writing stdio.h, date, time in Python and pandas you use, right? Those are all packages, pre-built code written by developers. Some developers somewhere in the world. In the same way, in JavaScript, packages are written by somewhere in the world, and that packages are handled by NPM. If you want NPM, you need Node.js. I think I answered your question then. You need NPM to do anything in JavaScript. For handling NPM, you need Node.js. So that is why even after installing Node.js, in my command prompt, I have typed npm. I didn't type Node.js. I typed npm. So that is the connection between npm and Node.js, and that is why we use Node.js. We have some more questions here. I think I have explained this. Once explained Node.js. I think you understood it. If not, please again ask me. I'll tell you. Complete. Yeah, complete. This complete is about this one, right? I am got it. Bro, I'm interested in ML. Can this help me? Maybe not. To be honest, not. Because for ML, mostly we'll be using Python or R, right? So maybe this full stack development may not help you. I don't know who you are, but it may not help you because in the future, full stack and machine learning may together come into place. But I don't think that any company will take full stack developer and machine learning developer as one person. They'll mostly take them as a two people. Either they'll hire a full stack, either they'll hire a machine learning. But in the later in your future, you will understand full stack and machine learning are tied in a less linear path. But no company will take machine learning enthusiast and a full stack enthusiast for a single job. They'll hire two people for that. So it really may not help you. But try to understand HTML, CSS, the basics, so that after you creating machine learning applications, right, you need to integrate into websites. At that time, you will understand. After you creating machine learning algorithms, machine learning, those and all kind of things, you need to integrate your project into websites so that customers can use. At that time, you need to have a little bit knowledge, a small bit of knowledge on HTML, CSS, and JS. We have a very little bit. So that only in that way it will be helpful for you. Otherwise, it may not. Bro, it is not getting recognized. I'm trying from 2 days. Oh, is that Visual Studio Code, right? It is. It has been recognized in CMD, but it is not in VS Code. I need to see your code once, see your Visual Studio Code once, because whatever you do here, right, in your Visual Studio Code, I think I closed it. Whatever you do in this Visual Studio Code terminal, right? The terminal is nothing but your PowerShell itself. So I don't know why it is not working. Maybe this terminal of yours and this terminal may be different. See, this terminal, aka PowerShell, and this terminal which I'm the PowerShell which I have in my computer are the same, one and the same. So it has to work. But you're telling that only in CMD it is working. Have you given that environment path variables? And if you have given the environment path variables and it's not working, my suggestion is to once uninstall Node.js and again reinstall it. Maybe some of the things during install it has lagged out. Once uninstall it and install it and once see if still problem persists for you. After this seminar, you and I can sit together and we can solve that problem. I don't know who this is, but you can contact me. You have my links, right? In the previous seminar I have given you. From that, you can contact me. Bro, how to install Angular CLI? I've given one command on the top, I think so. I think yeah. No, not this. Using this command, just copy this command here. Just copy this command and go to your CMD after installing Node.js. After installing Node.js, your CMD understands that you have installed Node.js and just paste that command here, it will be installed. So I think I answered it. Bro, I'm interested in ML, can help. I think some other person also asked the same thing, or maybe same person. I think I have answered it. Next is yes, bro. Once show how to install. I have to completely uninstall it. No, it may affect my project, but no, just without pressing enter at the ending, pressing enter, I can show you. Because if I uninstall the Angular version which I have now, it may be some problem for the already made projects I have in my computer. That is why I didn't press enter. But I will show you. I'll show you it. I think the command is gone. This is the command, right? Just copy this command. come to CMD, just open your normal CMD anywhere. Anywhere you open your CMD and just do right click here, right click. I think I have not copied it. In Zoom chat, I can't copy. Huh? No, there's no copy. npm install command. I've written the command somewhere and it is gone now. But this is the command, guys. You can use npm install g@angular CLI latest. This is the command you can use. Angular CLI. Push. This is the command. Just go to CMD, and in CMD you just need to do right click here. The command will be pasted here. npm install here g means global @angular in the sense your Angular packages, CLI in the sense in Angular you will be using CLI, that is command line interface, latest in the sense to install the latest available package in the npm module website. So this is the command. After clicking on this command, just press enter. For you, I have pressed enter. Now let's see what happens. There's something like this. It happens to you also. Fetch me that much metadata and all. After going on this, for me, it may say that packages are installed. For you, it may say a different thing. I don't know. Just taking a small risk here, actually. So in this way, it gets installed in your CMD. For me, it's saying added 62 packages. Maybe these packages are missing from my installed software. So now this has been packages are added. For you, maybe more number of packages gets added. This is how you can install Angular CLI in your computer. It's just a single command. npm install this. You can find it in your chat box. So I think no more doubts. The time is short, so I'll move on to creating our first project. So I have gone to this place, right? In the desktop, I have gone to seminar folder. In here, type ng in the sense Angular, but in the short form they call as ng new, and your project name, whatever the project you are starting. For example, now my project name will be demo. Always keep your project name in small letters. Do not use capital letters and do not use your first letter also capital. Never ever use that. Use only short letters, only smaller letters, not capital letters. The name I'm giving here is demo. And if you want to use spaces in your project, I have seen some people just giving space in between and writing. Never do that. Never include space also. If you want to give space, give hyphen here. Hyphen or underscore are permitted, but never give space. So ng new demo. Now a project will be created. See here in this folder, demo folder is not there, but now it will be created. Just see like that. Here I have to give some more things like Angular routing. Routing will come in a future part of learning Angular, but at present for showing your demo, no need of routing. So I'm clicking on no. You can select which style sheets you want to use. For now, I'm going with CSS, but if you are interested in SCSS or SASS, you can use that also. I'm going with CSS now. See, some of the files are creating, and you can see a demo folder is created here. These all packages will be installed in now, and some files will be created. I'll show you what are those files and how to use those files. And before completing this, I already told in my previous seminar, but I want to tell you again also, because some of you may come new for this seminar. We have a community where we are doing these kind of things. We will be searching for internships, jobs, programming memes, even cheat sheets, hacking tips and all. We will be actively posting this in our community we have. So you can also participate into our community. You can just go through this form link. In this form link, you can fill what are the technologies you are interested in. For example, you are interested in machine learning. You can give that in this form, and we will see how we can facilitate you with machine learning cheat sheets, machine learning courses, machine learning softwares, and all. We are not doing this anything for commercial purposes or anything for like paid things. We are just doing this because as a as an alumni and as a fascinating thing about teaching others, we are doing this. So if you can please see the community, we are doing a lot of things every day. We will be posting even internships and jobs notifications also. It may be useful for you in one or the other way. So that is what I wanted to tell. And if you are HTML, if you are a Telugu guy, if you can understand Telugu, in our channel we have HTML, CSS at present in Telugu. You can watch that. I'm trying to give as much as quality content as possible, which are not taught by others. So you can have a look at that. And we are starting JavaScript, and from JavaScript we'll be moving on to Angular, and from Angular I will be also taking React.js in that channel. So you can just subscribe and so that the notifications are going to come to you. I'm just telling this. I'm not doing any kind of promotion. So let's move on to that demo folder. So this is what your Angular project looks like, guys. This is what your Angular project is. Without using this command CLI and all, if you you give up some developer to create an application, he has to create all these files. It takes nearly around 5 days just to create all these files and initializing them. But AngularJS right away does all these things for me. Now let's see what each of this file and folder does. I'll open this folder in code, Visual Studio Code, so that you can understand better. Now it's 11:57, 12:15. I think I have to end this session. At 12:10 or at 12:05, I will be giving this project, this complete AngularJS and Spring Boot project for you. If in case you have missed this project, means if you didn't understand that this project in the last 10 minutes, in my YouTube channel also I have posted this project, demo, a complete demo of this project. I have done a lot of things in this. A complete validations are there, sign up is there, authentication is there, a token system is there. It is a high-end project actually. You can just see a demo in that channel also. Now let's start about our file system. So this is what your AngularJS project creates. If you have any doubts also, you can ask in chat, because from now on we are going to next step. You may understand some of these things and you may not. If you have any doubts, just give it in the chat. The first thing it creates is node modules. Node modules is nothing but your packages, your JavaScript packages, which are connected with your application, not with your language or system. In the sense, in the C programming language, you use stdio.h. In Python, you use pandas, and so on and so on. You use a lot of packages, right? For creating your project also, creating your application also, you need some packages. So that packages are stored in your node modules folder. These are all the packages. Babel, Chokidar, these are all the packages which you can use. They are there. You can use. If you want, you can use. If you don't want, you can leave it. These are the packages which are the base for your application. Next is SRC. I will come to SRC in the end. This is the place where 90% of your work will be done. I will come to SRC in the end after completing this. Next is browser list SRC. Browser list SRC is nothing but main web browsers where you will be working on this application. Here I am working on Chrome, Firefox, Edge, Safari. So this is mentioned by default. So that is what browser list SRC is. It's just nothing but you're telling your application that these will be browsers which we will be working this application on. Next is editor config. Editor config is not for your application, it is for the editor. This editor. If I change anything here, this editor changes. This editor changes how it interacts with your application. Next is git ignore. Git ignore is nothing but in the company when you join, you will be dealing with GitHub more and more. After coding your project, you have to push it to GitHub. At that pushing it to GitHub, you should not push node modules. Again, I'm telling you, you should not push node modules. You should not push TMP. You should not push .launch, .class path, .pro. These are the things you should not push, because These are the files which are different for different person. Maybe my colleague is using different type of packages. So I should not push my packages to him. It will be duplicated. So in whatever files you include in this git ignore, that will be ignored by GitHub. Next is angular.json. Angular.json is like a complete settings in your Android phone. You have settings, right? You have an application called settings. In the same way, in your complete application, this angular.json is your settings application. You can change, you can alter anything in your application by using this angular.json. Here, for example, if I change from where is that budget, something will be there. Budgets here. In budgets, if I change 500 KB to 5 MB, a warning will not be shown whenever 500 KB of time complexity or size complexity is maximized. Whenever it crosses that limit, it won't show. So I can do a lot of settings option in angular.json. Next is karma.conf.js. This is for testing. Karma is a testing framework we use for AngularJS to test AngularJS applications. At the time, when you become a tester in AngularJS, then you can know more about karma.conf.js. Next is packagelog.json. Packagelog.json and package.json are one and the same. Everything is same. You can also check. Everything looks the same. But you should not, a developer should not touch a packagelog.json. See, a warning also comes here. I should not edit anything inside this packagelog.json. I should not ever touch that. But in package.json, I can touch it, I can change it. If the changes are, if the changes are good, if the changes are feasible, the changes are also changed in packagelog.json automatically. You should not change anything by hand in packagelog.json. That is why -lock is used. Next is readme.md is nothing but documentation of your application. Next is tsconfig.app.json. These three files, tsconfig.json, tsconfig spec. These three are nothing but your TypeScript files. If you're using JavaScript and you use JavaScript framework for any Angular or React, we call it as TypeScript. TypeScript and JavaScript are like brother and sister, nothing different in them. Only some of the things will be different. So most of the time, the both are similar only. But we call it TypeScript in AngularJS and React.js. These three files are for that only. For handling JavaScript files better. So now we have created the files, and I told we'll talk about SRC, right? In SRC, we have app, assets, environments, favicon.ico, and index.html, main.ts, polyfill, style, and test. The app is nothing but your component. First, let's cover this. Favicon.ico, let's first run this, because when running only I can tell you what happens in the backend, right? Even if I tell like this, you won't understand now. Let's run the Angular application. To run the Angular application, you can use something called ng serve --open. Since now error will come to me. Error will come to me because I'm already running an AngularJS port here. For showing you that a bigger project, that high-end project, I'm running this in backend. So I need to use a complete another port. For using another port, we can use ng serve open. I'm so sorry, guys, but let me change the port then. Actually, this is the only we change it. ng serve -- port. What I am using port only. Let's give 4401 then. 01. Still it's not running. Oh my God, I did a small mistake here. You see, even a lot of people like me also in the initialize does the same thing. I didn't even move into that project. I'm still in this seminar folder itself. Oh my God. I have to move inside that demo folder. And after moving into this demo folder, now I have to give server ngserve open dash open. But dash open will not work first stage because it is already working. Now it is working. See, I think it changed the port number which I changed here. But it's a silly mistake to edit. It wasted some time also. See, it is asking for port 4200. See here, port 4200 is already in use. Would you like to use a different port? Because I'm using a port address in here. That is why I have to use a different port. I have to click on yes. Automatically, it will select a different available port and it will run my program. If it does not take another port, then we have to use a dash port. Now it will take small amount of time to just compile our Angular project. Let's see, it is compiling. Now it's 12:07, right? I will also give you the link of my project, my complete project which I have here. The link of the project is in my GitHub. The channel also. You're understanding, right? If you did not understand anything, please ask, because AngularJS is not a small thing. I'm telling you, right? If you learn AngularJS completely, you would be called as a developer, a full stack developer, right? And then, so this is what your demo application looks like. This is whatever we created, right? Till now, we have created your demo application, right? That is what this application is. This application is that only. Everything you see here is already pre-built, pre-coded by developers. Only you have to change this navigation bar. You can change the background and all. Let me give you my link first. Actually, the time is very short. I would have talked more. I wanted to give you this project so badly because I have worked a lot of time in this project. It will actually help you. You can also make mini projects and final year projects only this using this application. There it is. Here. This is the application. This is the application I've created, and the link will be here somewhere. I've given to someone. Yeah, this is the link. Copy link address. Oh my God. So this is the link of my project, GitHub project. You can just go there. You can clone it. I think everyone knows how to clone a project. If not, I'll show you right now. This is the project, but here you don't have any download option. You have to go to here, and you need to download all these files before downloading that airport management system. But you can just download this and delete these other files. Delete these files. And just download after downloading, delete all these files and only use airport management system, or else I can completely move airport management system into a complete different repository, and I can give you that link. But right now I can't do that because time is short. I think I will post this into a separate repository and I'll give you that link in Telegram. Only there I can give, right? I'll give that link in Telegram. After this session, I'll paste that link in Telegram so that you all can use it. If you want to download all this, you can press download zip or clone. But I think you don't need to download it, all these things. These are all waste for you. I'll post this project in a complete different repository and I'll give you the link. That would be much more feasible. It is showing error block. For what? For what it is showing error? I did not get you. I think you are talking about this one, ngserve. Can you also tell me what is the error? And still 4 minutes it's left. Oh my God. So see. This is the demo website, right? Now I'll make changes in the demo and it will be also reflected here. Index.html. First of all, your AngularJS, your browser reads this application and it will read index.html. In index.html, it will read this demo title. that demo will be posted on here. And after that, this favicon.ico will be there, this one. This favicon.ico. This ICO is nothing but icon. In the short form, the extension is ICO. This A you're seeing here, right? A, that is ICO. That will be shown here. And after that, app root will be there. Once AngularJS reads, your browser reads app root, it goes to app component. In app component, we have 5. In every component, we have 5 files: CSS, HTML, spec.ts, TS, and app.module.ts. So in these files, the component which is most useful is TS file and HTML file. In HTML file, you can see this, right? This is the code written for this one. This entire thing is written in one single file, which is this one. If you can see here, here resources are there, right? Instead of resources, if I change it to Monish, that will be reflected there, right? And then Monish, if I save it, you see here Monish will be changed. So this complete file and this one are one and the same. Whatever things you change here, it will be changed in this website also. If you want to change navigation bar here, you can just simply change the navigation bar here. Once you change it here, it will be changed there. You can also create more components also. It is possible. The command is ng install component, and the component name you can see here, ng generate component. You can either use install, ng install component, or ng generate component. Anything will work. And the component name, you can get it from here. Time is going, and that's why I'm going fast. And next is assets. Assets is nothing but whenever you want to keep your pictures or videos, those all should be kept in this assets folder only. You should not keep anywhere else. That is a standard. Whatever the images you use, whatever the videos you use, all you have to keep in assets folder. Next is environments. Environments is nothing but the environment which you are working in. Whether you are working as a production environment or a deployment environment, that one you can come to know when you are working in a company. And that is what app component and environment assets is. Index.html I have already told you. Main.ts is nothing but your TypeScript file for your entire application. This is just like a dictionary where everything will be noted down. No, app.main.ts is only your main TypeScript file for your complete application. You can code anything in here and it will work for the complete application. Still 1 minute is left, I think so. So polyfills is nothing but when you're using animations, polyfills.ts is useful. This is only for animations. And style.cs is your normal CSS file to use for your complete application. And test.ts is using for testing. When you become a tester, it is helpful. For now, it is not needed. I think I covered all the file systems here. That is what a file system of Angular project looks like. So if you want to go more inside Angular, you can learn from YouTube or Udemy from here, and then everyone will teach the same, or you can also refer my YouTube channel where I'll be posting videos later on.
Thank you. Thank you, Monish.
Thank you.
Thank you, Monish, to accept our invite. Okay. Thank you for giving wonderful talk about Angular JavaScript. Hopes it